In the rolling green hills of Vermont, where the morning mist danced over the fields like a gentle whisper, Adam and Eve lived in a cozy farmhouse. One afternoon, as Adam was plowing the fields, he heard Eve call out in excitement. He rushed to the garden and found her kneeling beside the old oak tree, her eyes sparkling. "Look, Adam," she said, brushing away the dirt. A tiny golden key lay nestled in the soil. Adam picked it up, turning it over in his rough, calloused hands. A key? He wondered. But to what? Together, they searched the farmhouse, the barn, and even Rusty's old toolbox. But nothing fit the key. Then Eve had an idea. "The attic," she whispered. Now, the attic was a place full of stories. It held trunks filled with old letters, a rocking chair that had once belonged to Adam's great-grandfather, and a tall wooden bookshelf with books older than Vermont itself. Eve carefully ran her fingers over the shelves until she stopped. "Here," she said, pulling out a dusty, leather-bound journal. The key fit perfectly into the small brass lock. Inside, they found a mapone drawn in delicate, faded ink. It showed their farm, but behind the old barn there was something neither of them had ever noticed before: small X marked under a grand willow tree. Their hearts raced as they hurried outside. The willow tree stood tall, its branches swaying like the arms of a giant. Eve pressed her hands to its rough bark and whispered, "What secrets do you hold?" Adam grabbed his shovel and started digging gently at the spot. Just a few inches down, they struck something hard. Clearing away the soil, they uncovered a wooden box with carvings of wheat, roses, and the sun. With trembling hands, Eve lifted the lid. Inside was a collection of old heirloom seeds, tomatoes, sunflowers, corn, and beans, along with a note written in elegant handwriting. "To the caretakers of this land, these seeds are gifts from generations before you. They carry the wisdom of the earth, the kindness of the sun, and the love of those who came before. Plant them with care, and they will feed not just your bodies, but your hearts." Adam and Eve looked at each other, their eyes filled with wonder. That evening, under the golden glow of the setting sun, they planted the seeds side by side, knowing that the simple joys of life-love, patience, and nature's magic were the greatest treasures of all. And from that day on, their farm wasn't just a place of work. It was a place of stories, secrets, and a love that grew as deep as the roots of their enchanted garden.